Hey everybody, welcome back to the program. So when I was doing my prep for the 50th anniversary of Let It Be, I really wanted to pick up the MoFi version of the album to compare to the new mix. And, I was looking at individual pressings, and those can go from anywhere to $150 to $200. And the more I looked, the more I thought, maybe I should just get that Mobile Fidelity box set from 1982 that has all the Beatles albums. And I think in the end, you save a lot of money versus trying to buy all those albums individually. And I was this close to picking up one off of a Facebook marketplace, but someone snagged it. I think they offered more than asking, and the guy didn't even give me a chance to counter offer. So anyway, in the end, I'm glad I didn't pick up that box set, and I want to tell you why. But before I do that, I want to get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the history of this box set. So in December of 1979, or it could have been in January of 1980, Mobile Fidelity released Abbey Road, their first Beatles pressing using their half-speed mastering techniques. And this was a pretty big deal considering the company only got started a couple of years prior. So, to snag a Beatles album, that was incredible. And then so they followed Abbey Road with the release of Magical Mystery Tour, which has its own issues. I talk about that in my Versus episode if you don't already know. And then they followed it up with the White Album released in early 1982. And then the focus was moved to remastering the remaining albums using the original master tapes from EMI. And supposedly, this is kind of funny, they insured the tapes with Lloyd's of London for $1 million each, which probably if they were to do that today, I can't even imagine how much that would be insured for. Anyway, so they bundled all these together with the already released Beatles albums into one box with a booklet and a geodisc for proper cartridge alignment. Now, that all sounds great, but the problem comes into the fact that for the box set, they chose not to use the original cover art. I mean, these are different. These are individual albums, but for the ones in the box set, they're essentially an all-white cover with a photograph of that album's master tape. And while I think that's really cool to see those things, I find it an odd choice because the booklet that's included is literally just a little blurb on the mastering process, and then it's pictures of the front and back of each album, and that's it. And it's just I would much rather have the little banner going across the original album art, and then in that booklet, put in the pictures of the master tapes. That to me makes a lot more sense. And what's really annoying is that they did do that for the Sinatra box set that came out a year or so later. Sonically, I don't think the Mobile Fidelity remasterings for these stereo albums are that great, especially today. I think back in the day, yes. I think for their time, they were decent. But now we have so many more options. We have better options now, especially with these 50th anniversary editions. And in some respects, I don't think there's anything that wrong with original stereo pressings. Granted, for the earlier albums, it can get a bit wonky. They were still trying to figure out stereo, you know what I mean? You got the vocals on one side, guitars on the other side, that kind of a sound. When I've done these stereo showdowns with these albums, I'm not impressed with the sound. And it could be that these are old copies, but that Let It Be is a pretty clean copy, and I don't enjoy the overall mix. The original. These are essentially remasterings of the original stereo mix, which up until the White Album, the Beatles really didn't care about. So you're getting the stereo mixes of Please Please Me, Beatles for Sale, Hard Day's Night, and I think those albums should really be listened to in mono, and that's where I'm getting for the amount of money that it takes to either buy that box set or buy these individually. I think that money would be better spent picking up the mono box set. And I know this has gone up quite a bit, and those of you who missed out on it when it came out are kicking yourself, but it really is worth picking up if you're a Beatles fan and you want to hear them in mono, because this really did it right. I mean, for the most part, these are a pure analog signal path from the tape to the vinyl I think with Please Please Me, there was an issue with the original master tape was literally falling apart, but I digress. So not only do you get pretty much every album from Please Please Me to the White Album, and you get the US version or the North American version of Magical Mystery Tour. You don't get Yellow Submarine because there wasn't a true mono mix of that. But you do get the Mono Masters, which is a great compilation of just non-album singles and just different oddities. And you also get a fantastic hardcover book. And I know these have risen quite a bit over the years, but if you're gonna spend that much money for a Mobile Fidelity box set, put it into this. I think you're gonna be way happier. And if you still want those few extra albums that you're missing out of here, namely Abbey Road and Let It Be and Yellow Submarine, pick those Mobile Fidelity ones up individually, or when you can, pick up the 50th anniversary editions, or you can go this route and pick up the stereo box set from real early 80s. This is kind of known as the blue box. Some are numbered. Some come in different colors. They were released all over the world in different countries, and these are essentially the UK albums, and these were like contemporary pressings, so most of these are from like 78, 79, 80, that sort of a thing. And they're the original stereo mix. It's on thin vinyl, but this is pre-digital, so this is still analog pressings, and this will not set you back that much. I found this for a really great deal, but I've seen them go for like $300-400. And there's nothing else with it though. It's just a box containing records. There's really nothing else with it. I would avoid the 2012 stereo box set. The reason being is I don't like that mix. It's from the digital remaster they put out, I think in 2009. And they just press it on the vinyl, and the mix just doesn't sound that great for me. I think overall that mix is below the Mobile Fidelity mix. And it does come with a book, but yeah, I just don't think it's worth the cost. I think you're better off, like I said, getting this mono box set. And yeah, that is the long and short of it. I just, this is one collector to another. These are just my thoughts that I had, and I wanted to share them with you in case you were thinking about picking up that box set. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this helps one way or the other. Like it makes you want to get it more, or makes you want to, maybe save up a little bit more money and pick up this mono box set. But either way, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of that Mobile Fidelity box set? Do you own one? Are you thinking about picking up one? Does this video change your mind? I'm curious to know. All right, everybody, that will do it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side.